right, everyone, welcome back. Today, I'll be giving you my insight on each NFL's team's key to victory this weekend. Wildcard weekend, this Saturday, starts this Saturday. All right, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the first game, which is Indianapolis versus Houston. The Colts' key to success is simple: run the ball. Run the ball. Andrew Luck has played Houston twice this year. The first game in which they lost, he threw it 62 total times. He did throw 464 yards and 4 touchdowns, but he threw it for 62 times. And they lost. Because they didn't have any time of possession. They didn't run the ball. Jordan Wilkins got 8 rushes for 16 yards. The time of possession was 40 minutes for the Texans, and the Colts had 29 minutes. Houston had 11 more minutes of possession compared to Indianapolis. But the second game the Colts play Houston, he had 41 passing attempts. He still had a good day, 399 yards and 2 touchdowns. But look at the time of possession now. Since they ran the ball a little bit more, the Texans only had 31 while the Colts had 28. Andrew Luck, by the way, also got sacked half as many times. He was only sacked twice in the rematch, and the Colts won. Indianapolis is second in passes attempted per game in the league with 40.2. They are only behind Pittsburgh, who, by the way, had their starting running back hold out and lost James Conner later in the season to injury. So what's the Colts' excuse for being second in the league? Because Pittsburgh's got a great excuse. You got Juju Smith-Schuster, Antonio Brown. Your running backs are injured. You got Ben. Okay, that's the reason to throw the ball. What's yours, Colts? You had Jordan Wilkins. You had Nyheim Hines. You drafted him for him to be a part of this running back committee. Marlon Mack played most of the games this year. What is your excuse? Give Marlon Mack the ball. Listen to the stat. The Colts are 6-0 when Marlon Mack rushes the ball 15 or more times. 15, that's it. Not 20, not 25, 15 times. But the Colts are 3-5 when not one runner on the team gets 15 or more carries. 3-5. They have a losing record when they don't run the ball. T.Y. Hilton is not going to play this game. That gives you another excuse to run the ball. And the backups Dontrell Inman and Pascal are questionable. I literally just wrote the book on how to beat the Houston Texans. I wrote it up. Alright. Houston's turn. What are Houston's key to success? This is it. Be the king of third down offensively and defensively. The Colts are the number 1 team in the NFL in converting third downs at 48%. You have to stop the Colts from converting on third down. The Colts are the number 1 team, while the Texans are 20th in the NFL at 37%. You can't let the Colts convert third down. That's how they lost the game the first time. You have to utilize J.J. Watt and Jadeveon Clowney to put pressure on Andrew Luck. Because if you don't, Andrew will sit back in the pocket and have all day to throw the ball. They'll make it third and short, and they'll convert it every time. The Colts are number 1 in the NFL in sacks allowed. First, 1.1 sacks per game. That's crazy good. A little over 1 sack per game. That's why the Colts are so successful. Andrew Luck has so much time to throw the ball. Now look at this. The Texans are last place in sacks allowed at 3.9 per game. A little less than 4. That's terrible. That is absolutely terrible. You've got to get to Andrew Luck. You've got to make him uncomfortable. For Houston's offense, you got to give DeAndre Hopkins the ball. They win when he has catches, and they lose when he doesn't. Plain and simple. When they won, he had 10 catches. When they lost, he had 4 catches. You got to give your playmakers the ball. Plain and simple. Next game. Seattle versus Dallas. What is Seattle's key to winning this football game? Run the ball and play good defense. The Colts beat Dallas 23-0 by doing that. Seattle also beat Dallas 24-13 earlier in the year by giving Chris Carson the ball. When the Colts beat Dallas, Marlon Mack had 27 rushes, 139 yards, and 2 touchdowns. When the Seahawks beat the Cowboys, Chris Carson had 32 touches, 102 yards, and 1 touchdown. Plus, the defense played great, got 3 turnovers. That's the key to beat Dallas. Run the ball, don't turn the ball over. Dallas has been playing good defense throughout the year, except for their last 4 games. They've led up 23, 23, 20, and 35 points. The defense is struggling. Dallas led up 139 yards to Mack and 109 yards to Saquon Barkley. They're supposed to be one of the best running defenses in the NFL, statistically. Yet, they haven't let one opponent in the last 4 games get under 20 points. The key for Seattle is to run the ball. Run the ball to set up play action. You set up that play action, you can hit Tyler Lockett deep. Tyler has been killing it on deep balls this year. He's the only player to have a 158.3 passer rating when Russell throws it to him. Russell has a 158.3 passer rating when he throws it to Tyler Lockett, which is the highest in NFL history. By the way, that's a perfect passer rating. Tyler has 965 yards, 10 touchdowns, and 57 receptions this year. That's Seattle's key to winning. Now let's take a look at Dallas's key to victory. Control the clock. That's the number one thing Dallas needs to do. They need to give Zeke the ball. Zeke led the league in rushing yards this year, and Seattle is 13th against the rush, which is pretty good, a little above average. Zeke is a top 3 running back in the NFL. Dak is not a top 3 quarterback in the NFL. You gotta give your playmakers the ball to win games. Another thing to keep Dallas in this game is Dak cannot turn the ball over. The Cowboys are 9-2 this season when Dak doesn't throw an interception. When Dak isn't throwing an interception, the Cowboys are 9-2. They're 10-6 this season. They're 1-4 when he does throw an interception. Don't turn the ball over Dak. When Dak isn't giving the ball to Zeke, you gotta give it to Cooper, Beasley, and the new gem, Blake Jarwin. But you gotta do it quick because Dallas is 31st at letting up sacks at 3.5. Dallas was always known for their great offensive line. They used to be the number 1 offensive line in the league, but now they're 31st, and they're facing 2 monsters in Frank Clark and Jarran Reed. Frank Clark has 14 sacks and Jarran Reed has 10.5 sacks this season. Dak has to get the ball out. If he doesn't, it's going to be a long day for him. Those are their keys to victory. Next game. Ravens versus Chargers. Great AFC matchup. Let's start off with the Ravens' key to success. They have to control the time of possession. Don't give Phillip Rivers drives. Don't give Phillip Rivers the ball. They have to finish off red zone opportunities with touchdowns. They're not going to win games with field goals. They can't get inside the 10 and kick field goals. Lamar in this offense has to finish off drives. Baltimore is only 20th in the NFL when they get into the red zone and they try and score a touchdown. Their touchdown percentage is 20th in the NFL, which is slightly below average. You've got to score the football when you get in the red zone. Baltimore's time of possession is 32 minutes, which is first in the NFL. You've got to do what you've been doing all season. Control the ball, limit Phillip Rivers' touches, and score in the end zone. Score in the red zone, I mean. Keep the ball out of the high-powered offense of LA, and you should be fine, Baltimore. Trust in your rookie quarterback to make plays when he needs to make plays. Play good defense. Control the ball. Everything that I just said, they've been doing all season. Now let's move on to LA. The Chargers' key to victory is to play hard and play physical. You have to match Baltimore's physicality. Baltimore's going to hit you in the mouth, and they're going to hit you hard. So LA, you got to do the same thing back. Here's a great addition for LA. Melvin Gordon and Austin Eckler are going to be healthy this game. That's going to be huge for this LA offense. LA has to attack first, and they have to attack often. And with Melvin Gordon and Austin Eckler, it'll help Phillip Rivers out. They've got to get up to an early lead. Attack first, attack often, like I said earlier. Get up to a 14-0 lead. Make Lamar Jackson uncomfortable. Make him throw the ball. Force him to do things that he's not used to. Make him go out there and throw the ball 30 to 35 times. That's the Chargers' key to victory. If they're going to win, that's how they're going to do it. Next game. The Bears versus the Eagles. Let's jump right into the Eagles' key to victory. Stick to the system. Nick Foles is a perfect system for this offense. He's perfect for Doug Peterson's offense. Dare I even say better than Carson Wentz at fitting in this system. Nick Foles cannot force anything against this great defense. He cannot force any throws. He can't do anything wild. Because if he does, guys like Kyle Fuller, who has 7 interceptions, first in the league. Eddie Jackson, who is injured, who might not play, has 6 interceptions. He's 4th in the league. And Prince Amukamara has 3 interceptions. You cannot throw bad passes. Chicago won't beat themselves defensively. They won't beat themselves. They won't make mistakes. Nick Foles, stay to the system. Don't turn the ball over. And you could pull the upset of the week. Now let's look at the Bears' key to victory. You would think the Bears' key to victory is play good defense and run the ball, like with 4 other teams this weekend. But if you look closely, the Eagles are 7th in rushing and 30th in passing. 30th, that's 3rd to last place. Mitchell Trubisky has to play the game of his life. Well, maybe not the game of his life, but pretty close. His weapons should be coming back. Allen Robinson, Anthony Miller, Taylor Gabriel. They all practiced. Those are his best receivers. There should be no excuse on why he should not play well. Mitchell Trubisky has been hot and cold this season. 24 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. I'm going to need him to play well if the Bears are going to win. Now, Mitchell Trubisky, quarterback rating-wise, isn't that bad. His QBR is 3rd with 72.5. He's only behind Breeze and Mahomes. So that means he's ahead of Wilson, Brady, Rodgers, Luck, Roethlisberger. So you can't count out Mitchell Trubisky. No matter how much I hate on him, I got to give him his props. He hasn't been that bad this year. He's going to have to play well if the Bears want to go to the divisional round. So that's it, everyone. Thank you for watching. Go watch some NFL action this Saturday and Sunday. And keep these keys to victory in mind. I'll see you guys soon.